all of us, especially for those of us who are still figuring out our path. Joining me is Mr. Jayant Chauhan, a proud IIT Guwahati alumnus and the All India Rank 1 in UPSC IEDS. From engineering at IITG to consulting to topping one of the most challenging civil service exams in the country. His journey is not only a reflection of commitment and excellence, but truly a powerful example of self belief, purpose, and resilience. Jayant sir, thank you so much for being here with us today. We are really excited to hear from you.
Thank you, Paulomi, for inviting me. Am I audible? I guess
Yeah,
I'm
you are
audible.
definitely.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So, sir, let me begin it by saying I see you've had quite a dynamic career so far. After your BTech, you have done MTech in IIT Guwahati, and then you have also worked in a consulting firm. So, when was it exactly that you thought of joining civil services? And was there any specific moment, maybe a conversation, a lecture you attended, or maybe a random article you read about that pushed you to consider UPSC?
Yes. So after my MTech, I got myself placed in a consulting firm, PwC. I
Okay.
worked there for almost 2 years in supply chain and management domain. And I took this decision to prepare for the different competitive exam. I usually prepare for the UPSC and the other state service exam. So I took this decision when I was in between of my job, and
Okay.
the decision was actually being taken very gracefully. So I took it because I wanted diversity in my job, and the government sector is one which can provide you the diversity, and also it provides an opportunity in which I'll be able to serve the people in different ways. So that's how I decided to prepare.
Yes, it's amazing to know how your journey has been. Now, let us take you back to your IIT Guwahati days. Were there experiences from the campus that have truly shaped you as a personality that you are today? Or maybe if I put it in other words, how did your engineering education and, in particularly, the IT environment help you during your UPSC preparation?
Yes, definitely. So IIT was one of the my best decision to do an MTech from the IIT Guwahati, and I live every moment which I can enjoy when I was there. So we all know that the academic environment we have at the IIT Guwahati is very rigorous in nature, and also the brains which are roaming around the campus are also the someone which you see those as a different uh, thing. मतलब, कि the people around you shape you. So when you are among the people who are the top brains of the nation, so it really shapes me, my personality, and also I got an opportunity uh, working in different clubs. So and also I started my e-consulting preparation at the IIT, and which really helped me to get into my first job, which is in the Big Four PwC. Uh, but I have never think of making into a career in the government sector. I just need a good job from the IIT, as many of the students aim for. Uh, so that's how it really shapes up my personality. But things got changed. I moved to the different trajectory after that.
Yeah, I think a lot of us will be able to relate to what you just said. So now, sir, coming to your service, IADS is not as commonly discussed as IAS or IFS. So could you please tell us what makes this particular service of UPSC so unique and impactful, as you just said?
Yes, so you are right. So many of us are not aware, myself too. Uh, so there are almost, I guess, more than 50 cadres in the central government, which people are not aware. There are three top not services. We all know the IS, IPS, IRS. and the other, but there are other different cadre also. There are technical cadres. So coming to the IEDS, it is a techno-managerial cadre, and it recruits people from the different discipline, from the different engineering, from the economic side, from the statistics side. They also recruit. And so IEDS stands for the Indian Enterprise Development Service, and this comes under the Ministry of MSME. So the major role for the people who are recruited through this career, they work on the policy formulation and the policy implementation at the ground level of the central government different scheme, which you see this Startup India scheme, the Stand Up India, and having in coordination with the state government and the RBI and the other. But they majorly work in the manufacturing sector, specifically the micro, small, and medium enterprises.
All right. Thank you, sir, for sharing such insights.
Yes.
Now I would like to ask you maybe a kind of cliched question, if you would say that. Was it any time that the tag of an IITian helped you or helped you get an extra edge? If you'd like
Yes.
to share.
See, IIT and tag will definitely help you in, but it cannot be considered as a golden ticket. What I realize is that if I talk about the different, let's say, the written exam of any competitive exam, so it will definitely help because we have that hard workship in our blood, because IITians are known to be more hardworking, more intelligent. So it obviously gives you an edge over these exams. But if I come specifically about the interview part, because that's how the IITian tag can matter to you in front of the interview board. So it because when you just enter into the interview room and the chairman start seeing your the CV, and or they hear from you that you are from an IIT. So the benchmark of the level of anything, the questions which they ask, the qualities which they see in a candidate is actually increases as compared to the other candidate. So you have to cross that benchmark to get some extra marks from them, that yes, you are from the IIT or you are from the top-notch institute and you deserve those extra marks. So yes, it will definitely help you, but you have to actually work for that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Thank you again for being so open with us today. Now, talking a bit further about your services, for someone who wants to be a part of the service, when
Hmm.
should they start their preparation and what should the ideal regime be like?
So the whole cycle of this exam or any other exam actually takes almost about 1 year to complete. So it's better to start before 6 months, ideally. Uh, and lastly, it can be done 3 months before also, because the questions are technical in nature. So if a person belongs to that technical exposure, has seen that technical things earlier in their coursework, so it will be easier for them. But if not, then ideally 6 months before they can start.
Okay. I think that will surely be a great takeaway for someone who's aspiring to join the services. Um, and so, as we all know, that UPSC, the journey itself is as much psychological as it is academic. So, how did you deal with the uncertainty, the pressure, or the self doubt that kind of inevitably came up during the process of the journey?
Yes, self-doubt actually is common, very common in the preparation
Hmm.
stage, because when we start questioning ourselves that whether we'll make it or not. So I'll always say that have a backup in your mind, that if things don't go in that right direction, then you can always fall back, fall back, and you have that safety net. But I'll say one thing, that always focus on your goals, and just work hard and see how things goes, and later on decide that what to do after the result. But between your journey, you should only focus on clearing the stages, and you should not see yourself in a dark stage.
Yeah, surely. So, our next set of questions is about something that we've seen a lot of college students, including me, like struggle with most often.
Hmm.
So, as you must relate that there's often a silent stigma about choosing non-core or government paths after IIT. Did you
Hmm.
ever face any doubts or resistance about your choice? And what was your way of navigating through that?
Yeah, so when I was in IIT, so there were the two options for me. So first was to make a career in the academic or the research position, because most of the master's students go for the PhD and the other academic programs. And the second career for me is to go in the uh, core sector or the non-core sector jobs. So I have an inclination towards the management side also. So then I thought, let's try the consulting. So I've also tried the little bit of the other things like the product management, software engineering, data analytics, and other roles. But I found the consulting roles most uh, inclined. Uh, so then I started my consulting preparation. So I make it to the PwC, then I work there. So within 6 months, I realized that the job is good. Uh, and also we see when we are the student, we see job as in terms of the salary. So the CTC. So as higher the CTC is, we see the job is good. But that's not the case always. So then I decided to let's see the other options. So then I thought, yes, the government sector is the one which can provide me the things which I really want to have in my job, because job is something which you do it for on an average for the next 30 to 40 years. So a job should be that it should satisfy you, whatever you want. You want salary, you want position, you want domain knowledge or the job profile. So it should satisfy you. Then you should start picking up that job that yes, you are really interested in it. And so that's how I decided to be in aiming for that the government sector. But initially, I was also the same on the same page as most of the students, that higher the salary, the better, the best the job is.
Yeah, yeah, sure. So I think that's actually a personal perspective, a personal call that everyone has to take on that regard,
Yes.
as you rightfully said now. So, moving ahead on the same lines, many students today are kind of anxious about being too late to figure things out for themselves. For someone in college who we often feel lost or unsure about where we truly are headed or what we are truly meant for.
Mm.
So, what would you say to them? Like, how can we discover what's truly our thing to do?
I think the best way to discover yourself is to find, to try different things, to try knowing your personality traits. And as we are in the college environment, so we have that opportunity to try everything. So
Yeah.
we can try the different clubs, the consulting roles, the product management clubs, and the other. So it can give us the little bit idea, and also we also have an option for the internships and the other things. So we can have those. We can try those internships so that if we fit into that role or not. Uh, so the only way to discover the true passion or the true thing which you want is you need to try different things. Then only can you say that this works for me or this doesn't.
Yeah, so exploring everything around
Yes.
to finally understand what is meant for us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So now talking about the notion of success, as you have already mentioned before, I'd like to go a bit deeper onto that again. Back in college, like as you said, success often feels like a checklist, grades, then internships, and then placements, and so and so. But as we grow, this definition kind of tends to evolve. So how has that evolved for you now?
Yes, definitely. So when we are in the college, we see the grades, the internship, and the placement, as you rightly said. But as we soon left those things, we start seeing success in terms of the different means. So, but I personally believe that success for me is that the impact which I can create uh, in the society. That I believe that success, the true meaning of success is.
Yeah.
So whatever work you do, whether you are in the private sector or the government sector, or you are in the you are an entrepreneur. So the impact which you can create for the people, I truly believe that the success true meaning.
Yes. Sure. So now drifting to a lighter note, now that you have reached this milestone, which is often a great aspiration for many students across this country,
Yes.
what's that part of your younger self, maybe from your early days of childhood or your college days, that you really want to hold on to or you cherish throughout? So something which truly keeps you going and never lets you um, go down or never lets the inner child within you to fade away.
Yes. So I say that the learning skill and the listening skills, because when we are child we only have the two options, to learn and then to listen and learn. So I think when we grow older we start losing these traits, so we don't listen, we don't learn. But in today's time we they need to learn things because things are changing very fast, and the listening qualities should also be there in you.
Yeah, yeah, sure. On the same lines, UPSC
Yeah.
journey is indeed very exhausting. So you must also have had certain hobbies or interests which you pursued during your free time. So if you would like to share something on that lines.
So when I was in college, I used to hit the gym, so the gym khana. So
Yeah,
I used to go there, and after that we have a wonderful athletic ground. So I used to run over there, and that's how I used to. That's a can say this is an activity which makes me happy, but it can be anything. It can also be uh, enjoying it, the cycling or anything else. But yes, for me, it is the gymkhana and this stadium which we have at that time.
yeah. So the gym enthusiast can definitely take
Yes.
inspiration from this. Yeah. Um, So now I'd like to open the floor to questions from the audience. Anyone who wants to ask anything can unmute themselves and ask, and we'll also accept questions from the chat as well.
Hello, sir. I have done
Yes.
BTech in food technology, and currently I'm pursuing MTech in rural technology. And
Yes.
I have applied for the Assistant Director Grade 1 IEDS exam. So, could you please tell me if they conduct a direct interview? Also, what should I prepare in case I get an interview call?
So Saurabh. So hello, Saurabh. So they UPSC conducts written examination plus the interview. So for the written exam, I'll say that you prepare from the engineering service resources, the engineering service exam, which is conducted by the UPSC as well. So you prepare from those resources, and also from the standard textbook, and also you can have the engineering mathematics. You can prepare from the gate examination.
Yes, sir. And
PSC and plus gate.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, I'll read that out. So Shivam Divede is asking, what's the difference in job profile and working life in industry versus government sector? And what specific factors you should consider about what to choose?
Uh, yes. So. He's telling the industry versus the government sector. Yes. So when I was in the consulting role, so my so it can vary. It can vary according to the company and the other things. But if I tell about my experience at the PwC, so the consulting is a demanding role. So it is not just a 8 hours per day regular job which we used to see. It's much more than that. So I used to spend almost about 10 to 12 hours a day at my job location. So yes, but the major issue for me to change to move into the government sector is that I am the person that I cannot sit just in front of a laptop and can work whole day on that, because I need an exposure which I have a field visit, field work. I have an opportunity to meet people and work in different policy making and the policy implementation, which the government sectors provides you. I'm not saying that the industry cannot provide you this opportunity, but for the private sector to have, it will take time till you reach the mid-level position. But the government sector provides you an opportunity from the starting. No matter what your age is, you enter into the mid-level position. You have that leadership uh, uh, things from the starting. So that attracted me, and that how I moved to the government sector preparation. But yes, the working life of consultant, what you see on the YouTube videos and the reels, which I used to see the consultant from the McKinsey or BCG or PwC, they used to show that they enter into the at 9 a.m. and they leave at 5 p.m. So that's not true. It's not as lucrating as it is seen on those reels, but yes, it is definitely an impactful role because you got the opportunity to work with the industry leaders. So your day to day, you start interacting with the CXOs from the start. Um, so yes, that's how the difference is. But you can always choose what you really want.
Hello, sir. Uh,
Hello.
what's your advice to a person who is currently in the college right now and aiming for UPSC?
My advice to you is that if you are definitely passionate about uh, the government job profile, let's say you are passionate about the civil service, and if you're too much passionate about the civil service, then you should start your preparation from the college itself. Otherwise, if you are just passionate, or you have just, because our external factors are also important which shapes us that you should go for the government sector, but don't go in this way. I'll say that uh, in college you should learn the skills which are actually required by the industries, and then you should try for the industry first, gain some experience for the 1 or 2 years, and then meanwhile you can side by side hustle for the government, for whatever exam you are targeting. And then if you see that the things are moving in the right direction, there is a uh, success growth which you are seeing, then you can take a wise decision to leave your job and then can start your full time preparation, because that's how I uh, did, because I also started preparing for the different exam while I was in PwC. So I cracked few of the exam, reached to the interview stage, but was not fortunate enough to make it to the finalist. And the reason for it that I have the time crunch in my job. So I only used to get 1 or 2 hours per day for the preparation. But that's not as enough as the person who is just preparing for the exam. So because your competitors are preparing, having a full day role for the as an aspirant, but you are extracting your time from your day that you can prepare. But I got success in few of the exams that I started. I given my first government exam, which is a state service exam, after the 7 months of my job at the PwC. So I cleared the prelims. Then the second exam, which I have given after, I guess, 1.2 years after my job. So I reached up to the interview stage while I was at the job, but was not fortunate enough to make it to the final bit. And the reason is that uh, the time crunch. So then I took a wise decision. Let's start a full-time preparation and give 1 or 2 years maximum for the government job. And then if things doesn't go in a right direction, then I always have those skills which I have learned in these 1 or 2 years, then I can always go back to the industry. So a better plan B option can be like this. But if you are more passionate, then you can start away from your college itself.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay.
Ankit, you may raise your hand to get unmuted. Okay, I'd like to take that. So Ankit Jain has a question. How has life changed after becoming a civil servant?
Um, so hello Ankit. So maybe I can answer this question after maybe 1.5 months more because I've still not joined. So I've had not that experience. But yes, things change because I come from a place in which getting a government job is considered as a big achievement in your life. So things starts changing from around us, but still, specific to your question that how things have changed, how the work has changed, I cannot maybe not in the position to answer it right now.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Sir, actually, I have a doubt. If you are someone who is preparing right from your college, let's say from second year, so what happens is, if you are taking it slightly seriously, like if you are dedicating 3 hours every day for your UPSC preparation, you
Yes.
still have your uh, like your department studies to take seriously, and then there are clubs also which are like very attractive because they have something new all the time. So how do you manage time then? Do I
Um,
need to give importance to clubs and stuff?
uh,
Because like if you're really serious about it, you're actually passionate about it then.
yes. So see, if there is a distraction, you're truly, as you said, you are truly passionate about the civil service. So I'll say to you that try to have a balance because learning with a fun. So these clubs will provides you also the learning and the fun environment. So that is also necessary because you are too young to have that pressure in your head that you want to be a civil servant, but still you are a student. I'll say that you enjoy those clubs, you enjoy every piece of the events which takes place at your college. And but as you said that you are truly passionate, then I'll say that maybe after in college we have the 8 hours or the 9 to 10 hours of the college work. So maybe you can extract times, you can extract your time from your sleep, you can extract your time from any other activity which is not as important as the study, then you can extract those time and can prepare for it. But I'll say that you should truly enjoy those clubs because that will also help you shaping up your personality. Because when you reach to a certain age, when you reach, let's say you reach to an UPSC interview, so they can judge you from seeing you, or they can judge from your the CV and the other thing that how a person is, what's the personality looks like. Because you, when you participate in these clubs, so your communication, your leadership qualities, your bonding, how do you respond, your logical reasoning, and the other activities which used to take place. So these are also increases, and these are the qualities which are really important in the interview to answer the questions, and also at the workplace this will these will help you. So I'll say try to make a balance, try to extract the time from the other which are not as much as important, and yes, you can prepare, you will have the sufficient time.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
But my suggestion will be that you should not get yourself engaged too much that you opt out of the placement, what is called the oops. You should not opt out of the placement session. You should uh, first land up to a job.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, achieving AIR-1 is something really very extraordinary. So, do you think is there something any special strategy or resources which helped you to stand out from others during your preparation, which helped you achieve AIR-1?
Yes. So see, nowadays things are accessible to any other aspirant as you have. So the resources, the textbooks, these coaching materials, the YouTube session, and the other things, they are all accessible to everyone, the every aspirant which is preparing for it. And but what truly can make you superior than the others or can create a difference is that you try to study vastly, widely. Maybe you will not be able to study deeply, but try to gather as knowledge as widely you can have. Because as in the examination which is conducted by the UPSC, so they ask you very out of the context topics. So they ask you from the wide resources. So try to gather the knowledge from the wide sphere and use all the technology which you can use. Use the chat GPT to get the new question, to frame the new questions related to the current affairs, that how current affairs can be related to the your standard conceptual topics. So try to study vastly because as UPSC is very unpredictable. So it does not precisely give you the syllabus that they will ask from it. They'll only give you the topic. Let's say they give you the engineering mathematics as a topic. So it's not clear that the metrics is one of the chapter which is included in the engineering mathematics or the statistic is there. So they can ask you from any sphere. Maybe they'll ask you from the calculus, but they'll skip the other topics. So you need to study widely, cover majority of the topic. Then if the time permits, you can go deep down on those subjects.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
We are still open to questions from the audience. Anyone else who wants to ask a question, please raise your hands.
Sir, please share your email ID so that we can contact you.
Okay, I'll drop it in the chat box.
Okay, sir.
And so, in the meantime, Bhumika had a question in the chat. How do you stay updated with current events and policies?
See, for the current events and the policy, the best option is to follow any coaching material, yearbook or the monthly current affair book. Because current affair is a very vast topic and it is, if you cover it through the newspaper, through the conventional means, then it will take much more longer time. So better to prepare it through any coaching material. I think one person has asked the question, sir, do you working in the PSU have an edge over in interview? I think he or she is talking about the experience matter. Yes, the experience always matter because as an experienced person, the interviews also have an gives the space to ask the question from your experience because as a fresher, an interviewer also does not have anything to ask much more about rather than his final year thesis project or his the coursework. But yes, and then, experience matter, and but you have to be very well aware of your experience. Wherever you are working, you should have the knowledge from A to Z, all the thing. Whether if you are an engineer, so you should have the knowledge of an engineering background of your company, what they manufacture, what the services they provide. Because there will be the technical people in the interview room, and if you say that, let's say you work in the uh, Steel Authority of India. So you should be aware about the metallurgy part, the other chemical science, the other engineering aspect, which is there in regards to the steel. And also you should be aware of the current affairs related to the steel. Let's say the how much import export we used to do, what is the edge of India over the steel production to any other country. So these things you should be prepared, then it will definitely help you.
We have another question here. So, how do you handle stress? If I do the same thing every day, I kind of feel exhausted. How to handle that?
Yes, so very valid question that because while we are preparing, so we have our friends is the books, the material, the mock test, and the other things. Uh, but that's how the preparation goes. You have to be the friends with these things only. But yes, you can give time to your loved one, to your friends, to your family, uh, maybe once in a while. But yes, your major friends will be your coaching material, your mock test, your books, your any other resources.
We can still have one of two questions. Yes, we have one from Rahul Rathod. Hello, sir. Will reading newspaper help me in improving my vocabulary? In essence, improving my communication skills.
Uh, yes, definitely reading newspaper, watching movies, the Hollywood movies without the subtitle or the subtitle will definitely help you. But I think don't be much more focused on the vocabulary part, because that is something which in because we need to speak as simple as the other person can understand. So even if you, I guess you are talking in the English that you want to study, you have to communicate more in the English, but don't be afraid. Even in the interviews, you can speak in Hindi or you can speak in the minimum English also, because they want a person who is not a PhD holder in a English. So they want a person who can convey his thoughts clearly and precisely. So that can be done uh, either in English or Hindi. Sadly, your mother tongue language, if it is different apart from these, it will not be there in the interview like the UPSC. But the English or the Hindi, both the languages are there, and you have to just speak as simple language as the other person can understand.
We can still have one or two questions.
Sir, I have a small question. Like civil services is something which has very high competition, and every year we have many aspirants, and the success ratio is also like the selection ratio is also quite very small. So,
Yes.
were there any moments like you felt giving up, and what was your constant motivation for your preparation?
See, you are true that the civil services exam, one of the most competitive exam we have in India. But I'll say that try to look the opportunities of in the government sector, the different exam which is conducted by the UPSC, by the your state service, which are technical in nature or semi-technical in nature, because these are also the good position which they offer. Most of the people go in a track which is a conventional one, that they follow the civil services exam, but there are the other exam also which you can give, like the engineering service exam or this the IEDS exam. There are many other exams. So if you can identify those exam that suits you, that gives you an edge over the other person, because entering into a generalist field will always be difficult as compared to this your own specialty field. So always try to look the opportunities in that sector, because the competition will be less, and as you have that technical knowledge, so it will give you the edge over the others, and you can also easily make it uh, through that. And the positions which are offered through those exams are also the group A level or the group A level positions. Um, So yeah, you can look for those exams in your state or in the central government.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
We have another question coming up in the chat box. What strategies or experiences helped you become more confident while addressing people?
Um, See, I was a very shy student at my college. I was some kind of introvert. So, but when I entered into a consulting world, so there is no space for this shyness. So you have to be more open because consulting actually makes me to become more open, to communicate with the people of the different uh, discipline of the different age group. Because as a consultant myself previously, um, I had to speak with the CXOs of the company. I had to speak with the middle level managers. I even had to speak or work with the people who are just the 10th or the 12th pass. So that really helps me to communicate across all the horizons. So um, so as I said, you should pick anything which requires the communication. You can participate into the debating competition. You can enter into the debate societies, or you can, or your career can also make you communicate more openly. So this is how you can look whatever the options you have as a student. I believe that the different societies which you have in your college. So that can also be utilized to communicate, to improve your communication skills.
All right. Moving ahead to the next one. It's by Shri Veena. As a third year BTech student planning to prepare for UPSC, should I start following current affairs regularly from now itself?
Um, I believe the current affair is a very dynamic topic. So preparing from your third year itself will not be as much beneficial as you cover the topics which are static in nature. So first cover those statics topic, and then you can cover these dynamic topics, because as these are dynamic, so if you prepare your the current affairs today, so it may be not relevant after you graduate, but the topic which you cover which are dynamic, which will not change, like history, physics, geography, if you can get command over those topic in your at your college level, then it will be more beneficial.
Yes, surely. We can still wait for a minute or two to, yeah. Okay, we have another one. Ankit Jain, did you start preparation in college itself or after college with a coaching center?
So I do not prepare in my college. I actually start preparing for the exam when I was in my job. So I don't have access to any coaching, the coaching. I have not enrolled myself in any coaching, as all the coaching materials are widely available now in the different sources, the Telegram and the other channel. So, but yes, if there is a mock test or something which is not accessible to you, then you can definitely enroll. Uh, but as we know that resources are widely available now for free of cost, so utilize it first. Then if there is any gap you see, then you can see the paid things.
So by the time we wait for other questions, I would like to ask you, so today social media plays quite a significant role in each of our lives.
Mm.
So it can be a distraction for some, for others, it can be a source of information also. Like different people have different ways of navigating through it. What is your personal take on it?
Uh,
And was it a distraction at any point, or what was it like?
For me, social media, like I only use the Instagram. I don't use Facebook. Oh, the old age people use it nowadays. So I use Instagram. I'll also, while I was studying, while I am preparing, I use Instagram for let's say 15 to 20 minutes. I have never clocked it that what time I have spent, but I have used it in my preparation also, for the recreational purpose, for the entertainment source. Because when you don't have friends, you cannot meet your friends, you cannot go outside, then the only thing which you can use is social media, and that too the Instagram. But yes, I have deactivated the LinkedIn, because whenever I used to open the LinkedIn, I see and the people posting about their achievement, their job changes, their job. So that gives me some kind of self-doubt that whether I have taken a right decision to leave my full-time job at the PwC, a high-paying job, and I'm now unemployed. I am preparing. So will I make it or not? So then I have deactivated the LinkedIn, but yes, not the Instagram. So it gives the answer. If it is distracting you, if it is distracting you from your goal, then you should delete it. You should remove it from your life. But if it is not distracting you, then things can be pretty normal.
Surely. That is very relevant for I think every one of us here today, especially for us in college. Instagram is definitely a part of the college life, the
Yeah.
community here. Yeah. So it's kind of an inevitable part of the college itself. So thank you on sharing that. So, as we've almost come to the end of this conversation, I'd like to wrap it up with something that goes beyond achievement and ranks. So, sir, lastly, if there's one thought, a mindset or belief that helped you through your toughest days, and you hope that every student carries with them, what would that be?
So I'll say that always have a plan B. So because you can aim for it, but you cannot uh, predict the result. Maybe it will be a positive way. It can be a positive result. It can be a negative result. And in the highly competitive environment, you cannot say that what the result will look like. So always have a plan B, because that is the thing which you can vouch for, that you'll have in your minds, that you have a safety net. So always have a plan B and prepare well for a plan A. And if things didn't go in that way in which you really want to have, then your plan B will support you.
Yes, surely, sir. Well, thank you so much, sir, for sharing not just your journey, but also opening up with so much honesty and also thoughtfulness. I'm sure every
Yes.
student listening to it today, whether they are certain of their path or they're still exploring, I think they will all leave with inspiration and a lot more hope and clarity. And yeah, last but not the least, I would like to introduce you to our Secretary of SAIL, Sandeep Bhaiya. So he's been with us throughout this interview. So over
Yes.
to you, Bhaiya.
So, hi sir, I'm
Hello,
Sandeep
Sandeep.
Chatri and I'm currently serving as the General Secretary of the Student Alumni Interaction Linkage.
Oh, I've
And
seen.
firstly, I would like to really thank you, for having your presence here and sharing all the insights because since many days in camp, I mean, like the students in the campus, they were asking for a webinar, particularly for UPSC, and we are like really we have explored much, but we face a tough time in getting the right alumni for for this particular session. And I would like to really thank you for accepting our request and joining us here today.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
and yeah, yes,
thank you, Sandeep, and thank you, SAIL team, for inviting me. I know you guys are doing the great work. You guys are bringing the alumni to share the journey. Because when I was also in the campus, I have seen the past people and the team and the general secretary working very hard to bring the alumni and the other industry leader to have a talk with us. So yeah, I know great work you guys are doing, and thanks once
yes.
again for inviting me.
Thank you so much, sir. And we have many other events and initiatives that have been lined up for this current tenure.
Yes,
Be it like some of our flagship events like Smriti, the Silver Jubilee reunion, or the Alumni Conclave, which is going to happen in the month of January, and many other events that are planned for this particular tenure. And we would like to have you, involved and joining us in those future events as well. Our team will get in touch with you, in letting you know all the updates and our plans that we have in the future. We
Yeah,
hope to
sure.
see you again, sir, on this platform.
Yeah, sure. Definitely, for my LM college, I will be present at every event which I can serve the best. And yes,
So thank you so much, sir, and over to the anchor.
Thank you, Sandeep Bhaiya. And once again, sir, on behalf of everyone at SAIL IIT Guwahati, we are truly grateful that you took time for us today and shared such inspiring insights. At the end, we wish you all the very best for your service and beyond. It's personally been an absolute honor for me to be hosting you tonight and talking to you, having such an insightful conversation. And also, thank you to everyone for attending it. And yes, good night, everybody.
yeah, thank you, host, and thank you, GS. Thank you, other people, the SAIL team. And thank you, all the people, for being with this call. And I wish you all the best for all the future endeavor, and make the IIT Guwahati flag raise high. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely, sir. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you.